Let's kick it off like we do every single Thursday with tell me something good. So this is what good things have happened in your business. It could be a new lead, it could be an escrow, it could be a closing, it could be somebody joining the company. What good thing happened in your business in the last week or so? Elisa, how about you kick us off?
I had my first close transaction as a referral fee, so I got paid yesterday actually.
Yeah, congratulations.
Same client.
There we go. Love it. Congratulations. About that. Awesome. And then Haley, what I think you have some tell me something good.
Yeah, I got a listing in Auburn, 5 acres and about 5,000 square foot house.
Wow.
Got a year-round free you can use. So I'll probably go a little off market for a little bit. We gotta give tenants notice.
She loves those off markets.
Yeah. And then I got one closing next week with another flipper, that we did a 14-day escrow, so we're closing that on Monday. And then I'm working with Gary Meek on an off market. And we finally negotiated down, and fingers crossed we'll have signatures, and that closes in 7 days, and then that'll be a project of
Dang.
4 properties.
So it's a 7-day escrow?
Yeah.
You don't mess around, do you?
Other part.
There we go. There you go. Gotta get paid. Yeah, round of applause. There's 3 good ones for Haley. All right, and then sweetheart, do we have anything we want to share? We did? Which one? All right, we opened an escrow on a condo. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Can you tell me something good? You don't have to.
I'll say our office is really good here. We keep seeing new faces, so much success, newer agents succeeding over there. Congrats. I just want to congratulate.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a good place. So many people don't know about this space. I was talking with an agent yesterday. He's like, "Oh, we've been here for over a year now, right?"
March
Yes.
12th was our
March 12th. We should have had a cigar party. But yeah, we've been here over a year, and people still don't know about it. So if there are agents who need a place to work, who want to collaborate, please invite them over. The more the merrier. Did you have something to add, Barry?
Just that we got into contract on a big flip up in Applegate.
Hey, that's a tell me something good.
Well,
She's good. Oh, all right. And then Steve.
We had listings go live, I don't know, 3 days ago. We had 5 offers, 2 days. So that was exciting.
Wow. What kind of property was it?
A half acre citrus sites.
Land?
2,000 square foot house.
Okay. I was like, dang, that's fast for land. But hey, 5 offers, that's incredible. So the market is heating up, but you probably priced it right.
Priced at 609, went at 630.
There you go. Priced it right. So that's a conversation that's getting harder and harder to have with sellers because their house is probably worth less than what their neighbor's house sold for a year or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Or it's worth the same. It's a hard pill to swallow, but you price them right, they're selling.
I have one more.
All right, do it.
For those who went to the PCAR training, right? We do it once a month. What's the girl's name? They're talking about Popeyes, right?
Cindy
Silva. And I'm not normally to do a corny thing, but like popcorn Popeye, or like she does gummy bears. Like, wouldn't it be like sweet if you came by? Well, I went and did it that weekend after, before the open house, and we met multiple sellers and probably a $1 million listing from it, just bringing popcorn and talking to the guy.
I love that you showed up in a wheelbarrow and stuff.
Yeah.
Got on social media. If it's not on Instagram or if it's not on social media, it didn't happen. Yeah, but it definitely happened. Seen thousands of times. What you got?
When you bring up City Club, I submitted an offer on our Whitney Ranch property for like 70K under asking. And last night, I got it accepted. I don't know. Yeah, we accepted at 1.225 and she listed at 1.295.
There you go, man.
That was April Fool's.
That was April Fool's, yeah.
Sacramento, and she was a buyer agent. I was the listing agent. Now the tables are reversed.
There we go. That's awesome. Well done. All right, guys. So that's my takeaway from that is get your buyers to submit offers. I can't tell you how many times, like Valor and I, we're sitting on listings. We're like, bring us a buyer, please. The seller's willing to negotiate. People are embarrassed. They're not willing to come in $20,000, $30,000, $70,000 under, but the sellers are willing to take it.
Yeah, we just wrote a 900 on $1,050,000.
Yeah,
And they came back at 975, so that's not bad, a $75,000 price, and we're still gonna get another drop before we take it.
there you go. Yeah, so just write the office clerk.
Yes, we have a new agent with us in Pleasanton area.
Yeah.
Came back from Cabo, got her first listing with the XP.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's a great way to kick off your tenure at EXP. So let's move on to the new agents that have joined here recently. We have Reese. Everybody say hi to Reese. Reese, quickly, like 2 things about you, like just a little bit about you. Where are you from? How long you been in real estate?
Well, I've been working as an assistant for the past year and like a few months, so I've been in it for a little bit. I just graduated from Rockland High School.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Thank
Welcome to
you.
EXP. And then Ariana has joined, and then we also have Kathy in the back. Everybody say hi to Kathy. Kathy recently joined EXP as well. All right. And then moving on to upcoming events. AI, it's a thing. We had Phil, like a great run with Phil, but people were like, hey, how about we hear a different perspective? So now we have Carrie. She's actually like the AI queen for EXP. She works for the corporate side. She's going to be presenting next Thursday at the same team meeting. So you're not going to want to miss that. Then the following week, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Bill Pipes. He's going to be coming and speaking at PCAR. He'll be here afterwards for lunch. So if you want to attend PCAR, he's going to teach how to sell 50+ houses a year. And then you can come over here and hang out with him and shake his hand and ask him some questions and get to know him on a deeper level. And then after that, do we have anything after that? That it?
No, there's.
Oh, yeah. So then after that, we will have Lisa Massey. She'll be coming up and teaching us how to maximize our zip forms. Because the last thing you want to do is be playing around with zip forms when it's 7 o'clock on a Sunday night and you have to get that offer out, right? So she's going to be teaching us how to do that. That's happening on April 24th. All right. So we got tons of great upcoming stuff. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Can you introduce somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Benjamin Rosen.
Great name.
Funny story. So I'm from Mendocino County. I did 9 years of real estate there. My pest inspector over there calls me last week and says, hey, my super brilliant son wants to get into real estate. He lives out in Sacramento. I thought of you. So I invited him to our meeting. He showed up today. He got back last night from spring break. And so he's showing up, and I think that's a good character to be showing at such a young age, but wanted to welcome.
All right. Welcome, Benjamin. Do you prefer Ben or Benjamin?
Ben's fine.
Ben, okay. We have Val and I have a child, and his name is Benjamin, but we call him Ben.
Incredible.
So great name.
Really.
Solid name, strong name.
That's what I'm saying.
There we go. All right. Well, coming up is our in-house lender. One of the sharpest dressed guys in the room today. So everybody give it up for JJ Mack.
Yeah, man, taking some pictures today, so, but I've dressed up for you guys. That's really where it was. Man, it's bittersweet today. I woke up this morning and I was really bummed initially because I looked at my stock portfolio and my cryptocurrency and I'm like, damn, this sucks. 401k's down, everything's down. But then I went and looked at the bond market. You know what I saw? Interest rates are dang good.
Yeah.
And so 50 basis points better right now. That means that your clients are getting, hopefully locking in today. So make sure that you're calling whoever the lender is and get those deals locked in, because the tariff talk that we had yesterday actually helped that out pretty profusely. And so why is that? You know, why is it that when we add in more tariffs, there's more taxes coming in? Why would that make the bond market get better? Well, it's because more investors are putting their money to a safer place, which are bonds, getting them out of the stock market, which is a little bit more risky, risk on asset. And so that's going to lead to potentially higher inflation, which we're trying to get rid of inflation, right? So it makes you wonder, is this really going to continue to happen? Or is this just tough talk to try and ease up on inflation's coming in here? And so I personally believe that's what's happening. Hopefully, a lot of these other nations will ease up on their tariffs, and then we'll ease up on ours as well. And then we'll create more monetary inflow into our country. And if that happens, then you're going to continue to see inflation come down. But if things continue to go the way they are, inflation will continue to go up, which it will lead to higher prices. Higher prices means higher interest rates as well. And so I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're gonna see the opposite. But right now, with the way things set, that's where it looks like it's going. And so in the short term, we're gonna see interest rates get better. But if this continues on, interest rates could get worse. But don't worry too much about that right now, because I do really believe that this is all going to subside within the next couple of weeks, and you're going to continue to see rates come down. We're still going to have potentially 2 rate cuts this year. And so I know there's going to be a lot of angst and worry in the market. You're going to have clients wondering, well, what's going on? Is this a good time to buy a home? And you're going to be able to tell them, yes, because if things continue to go this way, prices for goods are going to keep going up. I mean, home prices are going to continue to get higher, going to be harder to build homes. People are going to be having a higher demand for these products because less goods here in America. The things that are coming in from other countries are higher priced. So buy now before things continue to go higher. One other thing I wanted to share with you guys. I heard this in a seminar I was attending last week, and I thought it was just insane. I didn't realize this. But does anybody know the average age of the first-time home buyer?
Probably about 30.
30, 32,
38.
39, 38. 38 is it?
Wow.
Average age of 38. I was thinking like in the 20s, right? I bought my first home when I was 21. And I was like, why, man, what's going on? And you start looking at some of the clients that we've worked with in the past, and it makes sense, right? A lot of our clients, we talk to them, they say, I just talked to a guy yesterday, 50, 60 years old. He's never bought a house in his whole life. It's like, what's going on in America? What are we doing? What is our job as real estate agents and mortgage loan officers, right? Our job is to get out there and create cash flow for our clients, create equity, create a better living scenario so they can pass it on to their kids. So I think this is an amazing opportunity for us to share that information and share what you've done personally and some of the equity gains that you've had. And did you know that also 56% of those first-time home buyers, 38 years old, needed help from their parents to buy a home? It could be down payment, it could be closing costs, it could be co-signing for them, but 56% of them actually required some sort of help from parents. And then the average homeowner is 44 times wealthier than the renter. And so these are things that we can pass on to our clients, letting them know that, when you do find those, clients that are less than that age, let them know, hey, you're doing something that's bucking the odds, right? You're 25-year-old going and buying a house. You're in the money. You're going to put yourself in a much better position than the average American here. You're going to be 44 times wealthier when you go retire someday than the renter that's rented their whole lives. So this is really important things that we can share with them, make sure they know that this is an important thing. And there's a lot of loan programs that we can utilize to help these first-time homebuyers, right? Cal HAFA, if you guys know, has this now 2.5% closing cost concession on top of the 3.5% they were giving just for down payment. So, great song. About to do my dance up here. 3 to 3.5%, right? So you get 3 and 3.5% for the down payment plus the 2.5% for closing costs. So a lot of times they could be walking away with just the earnest money deposit out of their own pocket.
So who applies for a Cal HAFA?
So in Placer County, Sacramento County, you can go up to, I think it's almost $200,000. I think 180 something thousand in income limits. And so it's a lot of people. It's especially the first time home buyer. A lot of the first time home buyers aren't making that kind of money. And so it's really could be for any first time home buyer that's looking to buy their first home. And that Cal HAFA loan, remember, there's no payment on it. You're just making the regular mortgage payment. And also, I haven't looked at mortgage rates for Cal HAFA today, but yesterday they was at 6.125% for an FHA loan. So today I would imagine it's probably 5.7, 5.8. So yeah, and if you're going out today, just as a regular FHA, VA, or USDA loan, you're able to get an interest rate in that 5.6%. I just looked before I came in here. And so that's with no points. And that's with the full commission to the loan officer as well. And so, that's pretty good. Right? You know?
JJ.
You're getting skinny, JJ.
Right.
How
So-
much you're willing to wait?
Exactly, and so that's what my point is, a lot of times loan officers are willing to give even more than that. So, you know, you're able to get those clients into those low fives again. So the reason why Lindsay is not here today is because,
Signing deals.
man, this has created opportunity. And there's people that are refinancing their homes that got into the 6.5%, even 6% interest rates that now can go out. They have 7.5%, 8%. I know we'll be talking Haley. I know we got some people, and so there's a lot of opportunity out there today to do something. And so I don't know how long this will last. I don't know what's going to happen, but don't miss the opportunity. Call your clients if you have anybody sitting on the fence.
JJ, for Calhefa, can you do a 21-day close on those, or are they
Yeah.
longer escrows?
We just got one in contract with Cindy Cindy Litzinger. You guys know Cindy. Got one in contract with her, 15-day close of escrow. We're gonna nail it. So, any other questions, guys? Anything else you guys want to know about? Tariffs, rates, programs? Yeah, tariffs, I know, it's a big thing now. Tariffs never used to be a thing.
Right?
Yeah, so Johnny is asking our buy before you sell program. If you guys didn't hear about it last time, really quickly, what we can do is if you have a client that is that wants to list their home, but wants to buy a home, but maybe doesn't qualify for both payments, right? And you don't want them to necessarily have to sell first because maybe the house doesn't look very good. Maybe you could get them more for their house if you were to get all their, 80s furniture out of there, bring in the new stuff, repaint it, make it look nice, do all that. Well, this program allows you to not count the debt from the departing residents, even though it's not for sale, or even if you don't have a listing agreement. We don't have to count that debt. You go find them a new home, as long as they have the intent to sell or to get it listed within 90 days, we can do a loan on that property and not use that debt.
But it can't be listed.
It can be listed, but it doesn't have to be.
But it can be currently listed. Right now?
So yes, if they need money, so you're probably saying, well, shoot, that sounds great, but where are they going to get the money, right? They need to sell their home before they buy so they have the down payment. Well, we have a super cool program with a home equity line of credit, and this particular home equity line of credit doesn't have any prepayment penalties, so they can pay it off as fast as they want. A lot of banks will want you to keep it for a certain amount of time. Go to Golden One, Bank of America, they got a home equity line of credit. They say keep it for 6 months, or else we're charging you money. This one doesn't do that. It allows you to pay up to get a home equity line of credit on your departing residence before it's listed. Go buy your new home, not use the debt from the departing residence or the home equity line of credit to boot, and then you go buy your new home without counting that debt, and then you can go sell your homes, pay off the HELOC, pay off the existing mortgage, and then you can take that money, put it in the new house, do whatever you want with it. It's a great program. I can't tell you how many people we've helped with it. The interest rates on it are actually very good. They're only about 0.25% different than the standard conventional loan. So this isn't like 1% higher, doesn't give you some way out of whack loan. It's a very cool loan program. And it will help your sellers. Yeah. Great question.
What was the question?
What are the current interest rates for investment properties? So obviously, if you're putting 25 or 30% down, you're going to get the very best rate, right? The loan to value is the big thing for investments, and that you're going to best cash flow that way too. So you really want to have, 25, 30% down in most times. And in that case, there are some really, really great lenders out there that are willing to do those loans at 6.25%. And you might be paying a point or so, but they're really low interest rates. Now, you have to have specific financing, specific credit scores and whatnot for that. Your standard client, if they have, a 680 credit score with 20% down, you're not going to get that rate. You're looking more in the maybe 6.875% range. But it's still a very good program, and there's a lot of good, there's a lot of investors out there right now that are willing to take risks on an investor clients with 25 to 30% down. Yeah, so he probably went to a bank, you know. Yeah, and so that's what you're gonna see. So that, a lot of times they have their rate, right? They're not able to go out and look for different rates for that particular person. So we have the opportunity to go out and find the best rate for your client, which that client is probably gonna have a very good situation. So, yeah. Write this number down and text or call it. We're happy to help and get your client what they deserve. And then, yeah, if you guys have any other questions, if you want to get on our rate alerts, if you'd like to have somebody at your open house, if there's anything that we can do to help, feel free just to text this number and tell us what you want in there, and we will make sure you get that value. Go ahead.
Word on the streets, do you have a marketing person now that's helping agents sometimes, or is that?
Yeah, absolutely. I know you guys have stuff here at EXP as well, but if you guys want a little extra marketing help, if you guys want to sit down with somebody that's worked for Disney, Apple, where else does she work? She worked a couple other places and able to create marketing and social media stuff for these places. If you guys want to meet with somebody like that and figure out what you can do to create a better social media presence or better marketing for yourselves, text that number, ask for some marketing help. We will sit down with you in our office and make sure you guys get some help there as well. No cost. Yeah. All right.
That was awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, JJ.
Appreciate it.
I just realized I mentioned the condo that we got in fund ready. You're the lender on it.
Ah,
So we're-
cheers.
Yeah, so we're working together. All right. All right. So our keynote speaker for today is Nikki, and she's going to be speaking on ADUs. I don't know about you, but it seems like you're driving down the road. It's injury attorneys and ADU billboards. That's all you see. So she's going to shed some light and provide some clarity on laws that have changed, rules that have changed, and how we can make some money and help our clients with ADUs. So please give Nikki a round of applause.
Minutes after 1,200 seconds.
How's everybody doing? So yeah, I'm a realtor as well. I'm with EXP, but I do business development for Nona Homes, which is an ADU builder. We primarily do ADU building. We're not a general contractor. We don't do any other kind of construction. But basically, you know, the company was started by Ray. He's an Italian, Sicilian guy, and he built an ADU for his Nona, his grandmother. And so that kind of brought him into that field. And then, of course, as time has gone on, since 2017, we've seen a huge uptick in ADUs being built, mainly because of legislation that's come through and made it very easy in California to be able to get those approved and built without as many roadblocks. So we're really trying to find creative ways to expand the ADU environment. And a lot of that is reaching out to realtors. We think that, you know, there's a way to be creative with your clients. If you have an investor client and they're looking to buy a rental property, why not look at a rental property that has maybe, you know, 1/3 of an acre in Orangeville or Citrus Heights, or, you know, one of those areas where you have those tiny little homes that are maybe 1,000 square feet, but then you have a huge backyard. And, you know, there's a way to expand on the income of that property if you were to build an ADU, a tiny home, and it could be like 400 square feet, and you still can charge a decent amount of rent and it'll pay for itself. So there's just so many great opportunities coming up. So we're just wanting to be creative and partner with you guys and kind of put our heads together and figure out how can we expand. Of course, we have a housing shortage too. So we're trying to figure out how can we expand this in a way that's going to, you know, help everyone, the consumer as well. Next slide. Oh, I'll just do it here. So what are ADUs? I mean, everybody, I'm pretty sure you guys all know what but there's different types that we build. You can take a garage conversion. So you can take a garage and turn it into a studio. In some cases, I've seen them with a 1-bedroom with a separate entrance and even expanding a driveway or something like that. You can make it a separate residence. You can create flexible spaces. You can build up above the garage. We just did one where we actually added onto the top of someone's garage and it had additional steps that went up outside of separate entrance. And it turned out really cute, actually. And then we also have just, you have a separate, you know, building that you can build in the backyard, on the property somewhere. And again, the square footage, I think a lot of people think just because you can go up to 1,200 square feet, that you need 1,200 square feet. You really don't. I mean, I'm blown away by finding out that something's only 700 square feet and it looks like a perfectly, inhabitable space. It's really cute and, the finishes look really good too. So those are the three options that we build. And that's either addition, either adding up or sideways, changing the garage, or just adding a whole separate property. So as you can see, the ADU building has really gone up with permitting between 2017 and 2022. 2024 was just it was crazy huge how many ADUs were being built. Nona Homes primarily builds here in the Sacramento region. We build in the Bay Area and we build in San Diego. The Bay Area has completely exploded. And there's a lot of reason. I'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. But because there's such a housing shortage, there's not a lot of room to expand in the Bay Area. ADUs are being built, I feel like, on every corner right now. It's really run pretty crazy. And the benefits of ADUs, obviously, the reason why Ray started the company was after he built for his grandmother. And I think once he realized that he could provide something like that for her and what that did for her quality of life, her being close to family still, he's like, there's a need for this, especially with our generation. I'm speaking from my age, maybe not some of you in the room, but my parents are getting into the early 80s and they're starting to get to that point where you're starting to think about what would I do if my mom needed some additional care. And I'm telling you, my aunt and uncle, when they went into senior living, the expense is just, I can't believe how much money they're spending. It's like $10,000 a month to live in an apartment. It's not even a nice home or anything. And it works for them. They have somebody there that can look over that, see after them. But wouldn't it be better if you had, a place where they're close to family and their grandchildren, their great grandchildren, their quality of life would be so much better. And you could afford then to have in-home care, because that's a lot less than $10,000 a month. So the math is like, it's a no-brainer. If you are able to build something like this for your loved one, or even your young adult children. Like they were saying, 38 is like the first time home buyer. I was 23 when I bought my first home. So the idea that, somebody's having to wait till they're 38 when, a parent has a home and they have room to build an ADU. Sometimes the parents move into the ADU and let the young family move into the family home. I mean, there's just a lot of options there. And again, it's about having the conversation with your clients, your young clients, seeing if that might be an option for them. In their situation, their parents might go, I never thought of that. Let's look into this. So just some real creative ways to do that. And then of course there's the rental income. That's where a lot of people are going. They're building these and they're renting them out. Sometimes they're moving into the ADU, renting out their primary home. And it's paying for itself. And so then they can go travel and do whatever they want. They don't need a lot of living space anymore. And investors are plopping 2 ADUs. There's new legislations that allows up to 8 on a property now. So there's a lot of ways to get creative with your investor clients too. It's not
Can
just
you explain
buying.
that new legislation?
I have a slide next, but it's something that just came in. I think it was voted in September. So yeah, I'll definitely share that. Yeah, so this is how we were talking about having you be able to utilize this, being creative, make some more money, have some more closings. We also have a realtor referral program. That's $1,500 if you were to, send your clients our way. We have an option to be able to get them into contract. But that it doesn't just stop there. We have co-branding that we would love to partner with you if you want to start, marketing yourself as an ADU, expert, or you're interested in helping people. Are you interested in ADUs? It piques a lot of people's interest if they see anything ADU come across. So you could do a co-branding email campaign, social media campaign. We can do all of that with you, and then they can reach out to us and we can help them. So that's one of the things we're trying to do. This is talking a little bit more about Nona Homes. It started in 2017 as just strictly ADU building. And Ray is a veteran. He's been a contractor for over 30 years, but he's very proud of the fact that he's retired Army. And so we also have a great program for veterans. They've built a couple actually in the Bay Area where they've given a pretty good discount to somebody that's a veteran that maybe even has a disability. And so getting them into, there's a lot of programs too through California, getting them into an ADU, and it's very cost effective, and then they can have it for a lot less. So there's a lot of programs for that. So they become kind of really engulfed in that veteran culture, and they really want to help them. So there's more to come on that. So we're putting together some other incentives for that. This talks about the realtor program that, we have. It says 10 referrals per year. I don't know how that would happen. So I kind of don't really like that that's on there, but yeah, $1,500 is $1,500, so if you give us an opportunity to meet with your client, we could do that. One of the things that we just did as well is we had which I'm starting to do workshops there at our office in Rancho Cordova. We have a beautiful design center that we just opened, and it shows examples of a few of our kitchens, bathrooms, flooring. Some of our incentives for that we offer are furnished. Like if somebody just wants to make it a rental, we have a designer on staff. Her name's Jessica. She's amazing. So she designed out our whole design center. So I host workshops there. So it gives you guys an opportunity to come see what our office space looks like, check out our design center. And in the meantime, we can do a workshop, and it could be something very specific to legislation or other things that are coming up. This is the same thing. We're trying to put together more branding, but I have some other examples of different types of marketing that we can. And so you would just simply send your picture, your logo, your contact information. We send it into our marketing department, and they create a piece for you. So it's really that easy. So you just reach out to me and we'll do that. So we have so all of our whole company is one-stop shop. So we have our permitting department. We have a architect that's on staff. We have templates that we start with because, I think it's overwhelming and daunting for somebody to think about coming up with a design on their own or what they want an ADU to look like. So it starts with a site visit. We have somebody come out, they look at the space, they see how big you can build. They kind of look at your electrical, your, tapping into the sewer, and they kind of assess all of that to be able to come up with a quote, initial quote. And then you can take that information, knowing what the square footage is, and this is about what the cost will be, based on that property. And then you come in and meet with the architect, and the architect can go, oh, you don't need they don't want a closet that big. They want a smaller closet, but they want a bigger bathroom. So he can kind of help maneuver the needs and wants of the consumer. And then it goes from design to then the permitting process, of course, financing, all of those things. And then they start the process. Usually it's about 120 days to 180 days from the time they get the permit to finish. So at that point, we have construction management that goes between the homeowner and the construction crew to make sure that things are moving smoothly. And so then we go all the way through the closing process. They meet with Jessica in the design center. She kind of interviews them, gets to know, she sees what their current home looks like, and it tries to match what the style of the home is, and then comes up with a design package for them. So it's really a lot easier and streamlined for them than them having to sit down and figure it all out for themselves and then hire a contractor. So we tried to make it as streamlined, as easy as possible. And we partner with a ton of different product lines. Jessica's created these great relationships. We buy things in bulk. So we have a big warehouse. It just saves a lot more money to be able to pick out the nicer finishes without it looking a little chintzy, because, sometimes you can pick out something, trying to make it look really nice and it's not quite pulling it off. So she's made all of these partnerships, and we have a lot of things that we already have on hand, and that saves a lot of money. It also doesn't delay things. So sometimes, I know right around that 2020 to 2022, we ran into a lot of problems with the supply chain. So we've kind of bulked up on all of our supplies. So it's ready for install whenever we're ready. And then, yeah, just to get started, you can reach out to me. My information is on the board here. This doesn't work. Don't try to do that. But anyway, so just my email and phone number. feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to do, a one-on-one, talk a little bit more about what we can do to partner together. And if you have an office somewhere else, if you're, wanting to set up a workshop with another group, a lending group or anything like that, I'm happy to go and do that. So let's go to that next.
What, your phone number?
Oh, I have it right here. 516-844-5116. So I wanted to touch on a couple pieces of legislation that just happened like last fall. This is really great for multifamily zones. So if you have a client that likes, wants to purchase a multifamily property, an investor, it used to be that you could build up to 2 ADUs on a multifamily property. Now it's up to 8. I know. So you could either convert like a fourplex, you can change it into dividing it and making it into 8. You can do separate properties where if you have room to build additional ADUs, it can go all the way up to 8 if it's in a multifamily zone area. Again, this is helping with our housing shortage. And in the Bay Area, we're starting to see investors taking advantage of this. I haven't seen it quite here yet.
But their ADU size, 1,200.
Max is 1,200. I don't see them building them that big. I would say our average is probably closer to maybe 650.
But can they be attached as like fourplex?
Yes. So you can add on to the fourplex. You can go up to 8, or you can add an additional 4 in the back. They can be separate
Or attached?
or attached.
So when you say, so 2 questions, if you don't mind. Are you saying that's proposed or it's passed?
It's passed in September.
And when you say multifamily, are you saying a duplex zoned property could have up to 8? Are you saying only a fourplex zone property? could
Only,
have
I think it's only a fourplex zone property. It has to be multifamily zoned, which I think. up to-
Commercial zone.
Well, fourplexes aren't commercial zone. There's no difference, as far as I know, between the zoning for a duplex and a fourplex, other than it can have 4. But it's not commercial. So I guess that's what I'm asking is what, I'll look it up. if you
Yeah.
don't know. That's fine.
And you can, just punch in SB
Yeah,
1211.
I'll find it.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
this is really helpful for
Thank
the building, yeah. Yeah,
I got a question about like green energy, like is solar required for like if you
good
construct like ADU, like do they require like you to have a certain amount of panels? I mean, I know Windows, they kind of regulate that and HVAC systems, but like in terms of green energy, are there any?
solar's not required. It's not required. I think it's because of the size. If it was, obviously larger construction drains more power. So the smaller, because it's no more than 1,200. There's one county, I think it's El Dorado County, allows 1,600. And you still don't have to have solar.
Thank
you. So another piece of legislation, I don't have a slide for it, but this is one that's being utilized in the Bay Area. San Jose is the only jurisdiction that has adopted this so far in California, but it's coming. San Francisco's working on it. San Diego is also working on getting all of this approved. So it's called SB 1033. And what it does is it allows you to build a separate ADU on your property and then sell it as a condo. So a lot of people in San Jose are starting to do this. They build an ADU and you go to an attorney, and there's attorneys that are now like, they specialize in this. So you have to create an HOA and CC&Rs. And it's just specific to the main house and the condo. And you establish common area and exclusive use area. So exclusive use may be around the existing home. And so that's just the homeowner's place that, everything is kind of documented where the exclusive use is. And then around the condo, you have common area and you have HOA dues. And sometimes that might even include the water and sewer is included in those dues. You establish all of this in writing, create the CC&Rs and the HOA, and then you can sell that condo, because the condo, you're not selling the land under the condo, you're just selling the actual structure that's on that footprint. So you sell it as a condo, and a lot of people are doing this, and then they're able to pay off their existing home, especially somebody that's been on their, in San Jose, if you bought your house back in 1980, and you still owe on the house, maybe you've refinanced it, so you've got a little bit of a loan on it. You didn't buy it for $2 million like people have to do now, but you can stay in your home. So like people are paying off their homes, they're selling the condo, and then they can, travel and retire or do a lot of those things. So it's creating affordability too for the person that's purchasing the condo, because obviously that's going to be a lot less expensive than if you were to purchase a single family residence in San Jose. The HOE dues aren't as high. If you buy a condo in San Jose, you're probably $800 a month just in your HOA dues. If you were just doing it with the condo, selling it on one piece of property, I mean, it's not gonna be $800 a month. It's probably gonna be whatever the water sewer is and maybe some maintenance fees, that kind of thing.
Did you
So
get title on that San Jose example?
Hmm?
You get title on that? The one in San Jose, but was like you put that ADU on there?
the title,
Yeah, on the structure.
yeah, it's just like buying a condo.
For the person gets the ADU, they get.
The person that's purchasing the ADU, they're purchasing it as a condo. They will hold title to that property.
Separate than a house, a separate title than the.
Yeah, so it's going to be, it's a condo, so it's really just on that footprint where it's sitting on the land, because you're not buying the land, you're just
So it's
buying the
kinda like a mobile
condo.
home.
Hmm?
It's kind of like a mobile home.
It's a condo, the loan's like a condo, it's like a condo.
Yeah, cause you don't.
Some condos you can't get FHA approval.
Yeah, it depends, so in this case, I don't know, because it's occupancy, right? With FHA? I mean, 50% rental? I don't know, whatever that is.
And like that new deck rule, but
This is really, it's very new, and of course, it's gonna be a new construction condo. In this case, so you're not dealing with the HOAs having to maintain the balconies and all the other stuff that we're running into with insurance issues.
so
and
is that approved here or you're saying it's
Only
working
in
on?
San Jose right now.
Only in San
The
Jose.
city of San Jose is the only jurisdiction that's adopted this so far, but everybody's trying to do it. There's a lot of city, like San Francisco's trying to do it right now, and I know San Diego's trying to do it right now. But it's opened up a lot of opportunities for people to be able to own a home and also, be able to pay off their current home when they normally wouldn't be able to in a place like the Bay Area. So those are some new things. Any questions? Any other questions?
Community has an HOA.
Hmm?
Community has an HOA.
Well, an HOA can't stop you from building an ADU. That's,
So then if you're gonna create an HOA for your condo, it would be an HOA within an HOA.
I suppose, I don't know. I'm not sure, because San Jose doesn't have, the older areas of San Jose don't have HOAs. So I'm wondering if that's why it was easier for them to adopt that. Serrano or
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good one. I mean, right now in Sacramento, I don't even know if they're trying to move in that direction right now. But San Jose has adopted it. It was something that I had to wrap my head around too, when I was like, you mean they can purchase a condo on someone's property?
Does your office have connections for those attorneys?
Yes, I would say, there's a group, it's called La Casita. Reach out to me. I'll send you the link to the website. There is a group of professionals. There's lenders, realtors, attorneys, and they specialize in that ADU area. Like they have lots of webinars that they put on, and like learning, like lunch and learns and those kinds of things. But they did do it on Zoom.
They're attorneys, right?
There's some attorneys. There's one guy who's a realtor who was a part of it. Can't remember his name, but it's a lot of people in just any kind of housing professional group. And then they put on all these ADUs, and it's constant. I would say 2 a month, because it changes constantly. So they're keeping up, but that's a really great resource. I always point people over to that.
I would ask, how much does it on average cost for like price per square foot, and how do the payments work?
Price per square, that's a tough one I don't usually like to go with that, because but I would say ballpark average is probably 250,000 for about 600 square feet. Doesn't really, it varies depending on if you can tap into the water and sewer in the street, or if you're going to be able to tap into the home that's existing on the property. That's going to cost a lot less. And same with, electrical and all of that. So a lot of things come into play.
Payment wise, are you talking about months or pay for 10% of it and 30% of it.
There's multiple ways. We have a lot of finance partners that we work with. Some people choose, there's a HELOC out there that has an introductory rate for the first year at 4.99%. And so some people, if they have enough equity, I think it goes up to 80% total loan to value. So if they have enough equity, some people like to go that route because then they can just take the draws as the construction team needs them. And they have a payment plan, like this is when we're taking the draws. It's all scheduled out, so they're aware of when they're going to be needing to pay. But and some people just go straight home equity. Some people, I mean, in the most case, yeah, some people have cash. I mean, we have a lot of people that pay cash to do it. So especially if they've come here from the Bay Area and they purchase a house and then they're like, oh, I got all these cash, let's build an ADU. So
With the 250 prices here in this area.
yeah, in this area. Yeah, and I mean, I've seen it as low as 175. I think that was for like more of a studio, but it was really cute. I mean, it was really cute. It matched the house and it was little, huh? It was about 407. I think that one was 470. I mean, and they didn't, not a lot of bells and whistles. It was pretty simple, very rectangle looking, but it was cute. It had a yellow door. I mean, they got creative and made it look really cute, but
My kids lived in a place up in Applegate. It was 400 square feet. It had a bedroom, a kitchen, a living room, and a bathroom, all under 400 square
Yeah.
feet. So
it's amazing what they can fit in this particular one had the bathroom and the laundry room.
It's
There was
cute.
a stackable laundry in the
they're
bathroom,
my kid.
but I mean, the design was great. Yeah, it's really good.
I could rent that for like 1800.
That's what I mean. You can rent these things for a lot and it pays for itself and even makes money. So a lot more to come on that. Any other questions?
Thank you so much. Round of applause, everybody, please. All right, so before we end the meeting, I just want to remind everybody tomorrow, is it 10 o'clock? Alex Dyer?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, he's gonna be speaking on a home ownership app. Alex, can you speak on that just really briefly?
Yeah, so thank you. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, right here or on Zoom, I'm going to cover the home ownership app. There's a bunch of upgrades to it. And what it is briefly is with the KV Core Bold Trail platform, you have an app that you can give to your clients. So it looks like you went out and created your own app. And within that app, it gives equity reports, maintenance schedules, and just generally adds value and keeps in touch with your client. And I'm going to be going over that tomorrow and show you all the upgrades to it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, everybody have a fantastic Thursday. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome.